This one's a little weird, okay?
All right.
No, it's this show called Bumper Buddies.
Bumper Buddies.
And even just like saying the name, I'm getting like chills. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Do you ever get like, thinking back to when you were a kid and you remember these shows, but it's not so much like you remember the actual show.
Right.
It's just like the feeling you got.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, something was off. And that's Bumper Buddies for me. Bumper Buddies is one of those, like, I definitely watched it, but why? And I specifically remember, I feel like it was on really late, like too late for a kid's show,
Yeah, that always sticks out because you're like, wait a minute, I was watching this at 9:30 as a kid. Like,
Right. It's like, shouldn't I be in bed?
shouldn't someone be putting me to bed?
Right. So that's what we're doing today. Deep dive request. Somebody out there remembers Bumper Buddies and sent in some material, some recovered VHS footage. And then like a social media post of someone trying to piece together their memories of this show. And let's start with that because they start listing these things and they all sound just kind of creepy. Like just starting with the Bumper Buddies themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, they all had these like fixed smiles.
Uh-oh.
Like they were sewn on or something, and their voices were all distorted. Like it's like imagine a kid's toy, but the speaker's busted.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just kind of like,
Yeah, right away, that's freaky.
it's creepy. It's like off-putting.
Because, kids are already like, they're drawn to faces and voices.
Yeah.
And when something's wrong with it, it's instantly, something in you is like, danger. Danger.
Right. And this detail that I vaguely remember now that it's coming back to me, they were always on this quest to find the song.
Find the song.
That's all they ever did. Find this song. But it was never explained, like what the song was, why it was so important, what would happen if they found the song. It's like they intentionally left this unsettling void at the center of the show.
Oh, see, that's brilliant, though. I mean, it's awful, but it's brilliant because like you said, you remember the feeling more than you remember the show.
Totally.
Because it's like that stays with you, that kind of like, oh, what was the song? What was so important about it?
Yeah.
And I'm sure as a kid, like I would have been like thinking about it at night, trying to, solve this mystery.
Totally. And it's like you're filling it in with your own fears and imagination as a kid.
Exactly.
Which is like, that's the worst time to be doing that.
Totally.
Oh, and here's a specific episode that is coming back to me now. I think they're in like this old house.
Okay.
And there's like this little girl and she lost her cat.
Aw.
And the cat crawled into the vent in the wall and the Bumper Buddies start to, help get it out.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're going to get your cat, little girl, don't worry. And then they stop. They just stop.
Yeah.
Because they hear in the distance, they hear like a faint melody, like a song.
Oh, so they were going to get the cat, but they think they hear the song.
And they just abandon the rescue mission.
Wow.
Completely abandon it to go find the song.
That's pretty messed up.
Right.
Like, I mean, even for an adult to watch that's messed up.
It's dark.
But as a kid.
Like, what are you teaching the kids?
Yeah, what kind of message is that?
Like, I don't understand that at all. All right, so let's get to the footage because this is really where things start to get
Okay.
weird. Okay, so imagine like that grainy VHS look.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like warped and the colors are kind of washed out,
Right.
Like instantly takes you back to the 80s.
Totally.
And we see the Bumper Buddies in all these different locations. Like we see them in like suburban homes.
Okay.
But then we see them in like these really creepy empty mansions. And then at one point, I'm pretty sure it's a hospital corridor.
Huh.
Like, why are they in a hospital?
That's kind of creepy.
It's weird, right? Like for a kid's show?
Yeah. And I think what makes it creepy is that, you said homes, mansions, those are places we kind of get, we understand.
Yeah.
But a hospital, like you think sick people, you think like sterile environments.
Yeah.
And just out of place for little plushy Bumper Buddies.
Right.
To be just hanging out.
Exactly. And okay, so this is the detail that I'm like racking my brain about. In the background of a lot of these shots.
Yeah.
There's this thing.
What do you mean, like a thing?
It's shapeless. It's kind of like almost like a shadow, but
Yeah.
made out of the same material that the Bumper Buddies are made out of.
Okay.
It's almost like just like a moving, amorphous blob.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just lurking in the distance.
Oh.
And then other times it seems like it's like leading them or guiding them.
Towards what? Towards the song?
That's what I don't know. That's what I can't remember. I don't know if it's towards the song or towards like danger. or away from danger,
Well, that's the thing they did really well, is they were, like you said, masters of ambiguity.
Yes.
It was never clear what was good and what was bad, and you don't know, like, should we be scared of this blob thing, or is it helping them?
Yeah.
Because, kids, they can pick up on tone.
Yes.
And if the music's scary or if the vibe is scary, that sticks with you way more than any kind of, like, direct threat.
Absolutely. So, like, what are we left with then? What was this show? Was it just like this fever dream? I don't know. Or was it like some intentional, mind control experiment?
I mean, you never know. That's the beauty of all this. It's open to interpretation, and maybe the creators were just, like, really out there.
Yeah.
Like, really trying to push the boundaries of what you could do on a kid's show.
And it's like, why so late though?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, maybe they snuck it in there, hoping parents wouldn't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to leave everybody with this. Like, think back to, your own childhood.
Yeah.
What were the shows that you watched?
Yeah.
Were there any of these little details, these things that just felt off?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just think about those and what effect that might have had.
Absolutely. And maybe it's better we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Bumper Buddies is just better left as this weird, unsettling memory that we all kind of share, but we don't want to get too close to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, some things are best left forgotten.
Exactly.
And I think Bumper Buddies is one of them.
Definitely.
Okay.
Right.
We'll be right back after this break.